Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So welcome, dear devotees. We are reading from Canto 1, Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter number 16. Title is How Parikshit Received the Age of Kali. We are starting our today's discussion from text number 24. So here how Parikshit Maharaj was ruling. And if you remember, the sages of Naimisharanya ask, where did Dharma took the shelter after Krishna departed? And then Sutta Goswami responds that Dharma took shelter in Srimad Bhagavatam. Then the sages asked, how was this compiled? How was spoken? What was the situation? How did Parikshit Maharaj, who was the great emperor, he left everything? He said to hear from Sukdev Goswami. He left everything and he was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So the question was describe his birth and activities. So we saw starting from chapter number 8 how Aswathama releases the Brahmastra to kill Parikshit Maharaj in the womb. Uttara is running after the war. Uttara is running to Krishna to be saved, for her womb to be saved. After that, we saw how prayers of Queen Kunti when Krishna is ready to depart from Hastinapur. Krishna saves Parikshit Maharaj in the room. Prayers of Queen Kunti came. Then Yudhishthir Maharaj is morose. Krishna takes Yudhishthir Maharaj to Bhishma Dev. We saw Bhishma Stuti passing away of Bhishma Dev. Then chapter number 10, little bit sidetrack. The question was describe the birth and activities of Parikshit Maharaj. And little bit sidetrack, departure of Krishna for Dwarka, from Hastinapur to Dwarka. And then we saw how Krishna's entrance into Dwarka. Then after that, chapter number 12 comes when Sutta Goswami talks about the birth of Parikshit Maharaj. We saw how Yudhishthir Maharaj arranged a very nice ceremony. Brahmanas were invited, lot of charity, astrologers were giving the prediction. So birth of Parikshit Maharaj was already described in chapter number 12. Then to describe the activities of Parikshit Maharaj, what will happen after the birth? Parikshit Maharaj has to be established as the king, as the emperor, and then Bhagavatam was spoken. So, Sudha Goswami explains Dhritarashtra leaves palace, then disappearance of Krishna, and after that, Pandavas are retiring. So Dhritarashtra left, Krishna has departed, Pandavas also retired after Krishna left, and then Parikshit Maharaj is ruling. So that's where we are at 16th chapter. Parikshit Maharaj is ruling, and while he was ruling as a king, he saw once Kaliyuga is entering. And then the title of the chapter is How Parikshit Received the Age of Kali. And we will see how he punishes Kali. Then his curse, there was a curse by the Brahmana boy, and then he leaves everything. And chapter number 19, appearance of Sukdev Goswami. So that's how the first full canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is. So one day we have seen that in his kingdom there was Dharma, the bull, personification of religious principles, standing on only one leg. He meets a cow, Dhara, the personality of earthly planet. And Dhara, the cow, the personality was pale, bodily luster is gone. She was in tears, just like the sun, like a mother's son has passed. That's how pale she was. She was grieving. She was very sad. And Dharma is asking question. What is the cause of your suffering? Are you not healthy? Is there any disease? Are you thinking about some distant relative? You are worried about the people of Kali Yuga. They are the meat eaters and they will exploit you. Or Dharma is asking, are you sad about my condition because I am standing only on one leg? So he asked so many questions. Dharma is asking to cow. And finally, he asked, which we saw yesterday, that are you sad because the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, has departed? Krishna came to release your burden. See, the burden on Mother Earth is not the burden of big, big mountains and boulders and everything. Burden is of the sinful people. So Krishna came to remove the burden of Mother Earth, means to remove the sinful people from this planet. So Dharma the bull is asking, are you sad because the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who came to release the burden, has left? Are you feeling sorry on his absence? And then the last question, what the bull is asking to cow, and we will see today the cow, mother cow, starts to respond to all the questions of Dharma. Let's start from 24. Idam mama chaksvatavadimulam vasundare yena vikasitasi kalena vate balinam baliyasa sura surarchitam kim hritamam vasubhagam. Ishida Mataji, haven't heard you for so long. Can you read English translation?
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mother, you are the reservoir of all riches. Please inform me of the root cause of your tribulations by which you have been reduced to such a weak state. I think that the powerful influence of time, which conquers the most powerful, might have forcibly taken away all your fortune, which was adored even by the demigods. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So here, Bull, the Dharma, is asking, Mother, you are the reservoir of all the riches. Inform me what is the root cause of your tribulation. Why are you in so much sorrow state? What is the cause of your guilt? What is the root cause of your tribulation? Previous one is asking, is it because of the absence of Krishna? So finally, after asking so many questions, he is coming. It is because Krishna has left in this world. He is asking, Dharma is asking this to cow because Krishna spent many years in this earthly planet doing pastime. And we see that how Krishna lived few years in Vrindavan, then he lived before Gokul, then Vrindavan, then Mathura. Krishna went to Dwarka. He lived at Hastinapur, different places, and everywhere, wherever he was going, he was giving association to the devotees. Can anyone unmute and tell me who is the devotee who got the maximum, highest association of Krishna in Gokul, Mathura, Vrindavan, Dwarka, Hastinapur?
Arjuna.
Which devotee got the highest association?
Prabhuji, Dauji, Balramji.
Mother Earth. Maybe Arjuna.
Hang on just a sec. I'm not able to hear anything. Okay, can you say something?
Prabhuji, Mother Earth would be the one.
Yes, yes. So a few years in Vrindavan, few years in Mathura, few years in Dwarika, but everywhere Krishna was Mother Earth, got the highest association of Krishna, especially in Vrindavan, because in Vrindavan, Krishna was walking barefoot. Devotees are always hankering for the lotus feet of Krishna. सबको भगवान के चरण चाहिए. People are always looking forward to get the shelter of even touching the lotus feet of Krishna. But here we see Krishna was always having his lotus feet on Mother Earth. So Mother Earth got the highest association always. And now when Krishna has departed, in his absence, she is sorrow. So Bull is asking that, are you sorrow because of the absence of Krishna? It is said, sometimes when we meet or when we are associating with someone who we love, the hairs are standing on the skin because of the ecstatic bhava. In the same way, Mother Earth, when Krishna was present, the trees, the plants, the grass, they are like hair of Mother Earth, and they were standing. That means, what is it saying? You are the reservoir of all the riches. The Mother Earth was flourishing when Krishna was present because the hairs are standing. But now when Krishna has left, in his absence, the bodily luster is gone of Mother Earth. So that is what Bull is asking. Why are you sad? What is the root cause of your tribulation? Let's do text number 25. धरानि उवाच भवान् हि वेद तत्सर्वं यन्मां धर्मानुरुप्रच्छसि चतुर्भिर्वर्तसे येन पादैर्लोका सुखावहै. Preeti, you want to read English translation? Haven't heard from you also for very long.
Hare Krishna. The earthly deity thus replied, the earthly deity in the form of a cow thus replied to the personality of religious principle in the form of bull, O Dharma, whatever you have inquired from me shall be known to you. I shall try to reply to all those questions. Once you too were maintained by your four legs and your increased happiness all over the universe by the mercy of the Lord.
Thank you. So here, Mother Cow says, yes, I will reply to you all the questions asked by Dharma, the personality of Dharma in the form of a bull. Mother's cow starts responding. He says, once you yourself, Dharma, you were maintained with all the four legs. Now you are standing on only one leg. The three legs are gone. But there was a time you yourself were maintained by all the four legs. And when Dharma was maintained, that means you were increasing happiness all over the world. That is what Prabhupada writes in the purport, that in Satya Yuga, Dharma had four legs. Dharma was maintained by four legs. Tapas, Saucham, Daya, and Satyam. We saw all the four qualities of Dharma yesterday. So in Satya Yuga, all four were there in complete nicely. But in Treta Yuga, only three legs were there. One is gone. In Dwapar Yuga, two legs are gone. Only two is left. And then in Kaliyuga, only one. Which is Satyam, truthfulness, and that also is decreasing very rapidly. And slowly, Prabhupada writes, it will come to the point of zero, and that will be so distressful. So when Dharma is maintained, happiness is increasing all around the world. Prabhupada writes in the purport that happiness in this world depends proportionately on the maintenance of the religious principles. If the religious principles are maintained, happiness in the world is maintained. If religious principles are not maintained nicely, happiness is going out of this world very rapidly. So happiness in this world depends proportionately on the maintenance of the religious principles. And nowadays, in Kaliyuga especially, three legs are gone, only one is left, and that is also decreasing. So that's why the religious principles are not maintained, and there is so much distress in the society. People can see everyone is struggling. There is so much of distress, but they they are just not ready to accept the dharma. They are not ready to accept the protection of the religious principles. Gadadhara Prabhu, there is one very nice ISKCON devotee. He is saying all the people of this Kaliyuga are only of one blood group. See, people have different blood group, O positive or this and that. But Gadadhar Prabhu says, in Kaliyuga, everyone is of one blood group, is HNS positive. HNS means हम नहीं सुधरेंगे. He was telling कि सब कुछ दिखता है, so much distress, so much of chaotic situation in the world. People are struggling, suffering because dharma is not maintained, and still हम नहीं सुधरेंगे. People are not ready to accept the protection of dharma, and this is the quality of Kali Yuga. And everywhere it's so rampant, the spirit of Kali Yuga. And what do the devotees do? They try to protect the religion. They are trying hard protecting the dharma. Bhakti Sidhant Saraswati Thakur said, it takes gallons of blood to make one devotee. Gallons of blood. It's so hard people are trying to, so that the people follow the religion, protect the dharma. कितनी मेहनत करते हैं लोग. Why? Because the devotees themselves try to flow against the current. I gave an example yesterday. The river is flowing very rapidly. Full current is going, and the devotees have to swim against the current. On top of that, not only swimming against the current, but trying to save others as well. And that's why it's very hard, because everywhere the civilization. We had a very nice discussion on Sunday in our Naimisharanya Yatra, that how the world, the politicians, and the whole system is designed in such a way that everything is gliding down. The religious principles are not protected, but devotees are going against the current and trying to establish the Dharma, trying to save themselves, trying to save the others. And that's why it takes gallons of blood. And yeah, it's very difficult situation, but the devotees take up this agenda, out of humility, out of gratefulness to the Lord, and out of the necessity. This is required to be done because people are suffering in this world. All right, let's move to text number 26 to 30. They are all together. क्या करेंगे? We can read one by one. So, Nirvin Prabhu, if you want to read 26, and Radhika Mataji, if you want to read 27, Krishna Prabhu can read 28, Pooja Vithlani Mataji 29, and कौन बाकी रहा? Padma Mataji 30, and then Rohit Prabhu can read the full English translation. And we'll stop from 30 today. We'll start from 31 tomorrow. Yes, go for it.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, all devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Verse number 26, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Satyam Saucham Daya Kshantis Tyagaha Santosha Arjavam Shamodamastapah Samyam Titiksho Paratihi Shrutam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Jnanam viraktir aishwaryam shauryam tejo balam smriti swantantrayam kaushalam kantir dhairyam mardavam evacha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, devotees. Pragalbhyam prashrayashilam saha ojo balam paga gambhiryam sthiryam astikyam kirtir mano nahan kritihi.
Hare Krishna, text 29. Ete chante cha bhagavati bhagavana nityayatra mahagunaha prarthya mahattam ichhabhir naviyanti smat karchit kahirchita. Haribol. Sorry, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Tenaham gunapatrena Sriniveshena sampratam Sochamirahitam lokam Papmana kaline shritam shitam.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Translation from text 26 to 30. In him reside truthfulness, cleanliness, intolerance of another's unhappiness, the power to control anger, self-satisfaction, straightforwardness, steadiness of mind, control of the sense organs, responsibility, equality, tolerance, equanimity, faithfulness, knowledge, absence of sense enjoyment, leadership, chivalry, influence, the power to make everything possible, the discharge of proper duty, complete independence, dexterity, fullness of all beauty, serenity, kind-heartedness, ingenuity, gentility, magnanimity, determination, perfection in all knowledge, proper execution, possession of all objects of enjoyment, joyfulness, immovability, fidelity, fame, worship, pridelessness, being as the personality of Godhead, eternity, and many other transcendental qualities which are eternally present and never to be separated from him. That personality of Godhead, the reservoir of all goodness and beauty, Lord Sri Krishna, has now closed his transcendental pastimes on the face of the earth. In his absence, the age of Kali has spread its influence everywhere. So I'm sorry to see this condition of existence. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So Lord Shri Krishna has closed his transcendental pastimes on the face of the earth. Who is speaking this verse?
Dharma.
Dharma. Dharma. Dhara,
Dhara
sorry.
is speaking.
Dhara.
Mother cow
Dhara.
is responding to Bull's,
Bull's
which is
question.
Dharma's question. Yes.
Yep.
So Dhara is speaking. See how I took you to virtual journey of Hastinapur in the rooftop, Krishna entering Dwarka and the palace. I am not purposefully doing this because this is very sad situation. Dharma, the bull is standing with only one leg, three legs are gone, the cow is suffering. So I'm not, but you remember in your mind that uh, the discussion is happening between Dharma and Dhara, the personification of religious principles and the personification of the earthly planet, which is in the form of cow. This discussion is happening. So when Dharma finished all the questions. What is the root cause of your tribulation? He's asking. So Mother Cow is responding with all these qualities of Krishna. And so many qualities are mentioned and say that personality, these qualities are eternally present, cannot be separated from Krishna, and that Krishna has closed his pastimes in the planet Earth. Krishna has finished his pastimes on this planet Earth. And because of that absence of Krishna, the Kali Yuga has spread its influence everywhere. So Dara, Mother Cow, is responding that I am sorry to see this condition of existence. That is what Mother Cow is responding. There is one story of Narad Muni. We know how Narad Muni is always traveling at different places. And once Narad Muni reached to a place where there was a group of very sinful people, completely influenced in this age of Kali, very sinful people. And when Narad Muni saw them, he said, I bless you all that you live very long. Narad Muni blessed the group of sinful people and said, I bless you that you all live very long. And then he started going around again. When he went to the next place, he saw a group of devotees. He saw a nice devotees, very mature and sincere devotees, a nice group of devotees. And Narad Muni blessed them that may you all have a quarrel between yourself. Aap sab andar andar itna jhagda karo. And one place he blessed them to live long, and another place he blessed to have a lot of quarrel between them. And someone asked that how come these are all sinful people and you are blessing them to live long, and here there are nice devotees and you are blessing them to have quarrel between themselves? Why is that? I'm not able to understand. Narad Muni responds that the group of sinful people, they are committing so much sinful activities and they are going to hell. They are going to suffer like anything. And they still have unfulfilled desires in their mind. And they have to still to be purified. And they have to be frustrated in this world. And that's why I'm blessing them. You live long so that all your desires you try to fulfill, it can't be fulfilled, and you all get frustration because at the end hell is waiting because of the sinful reactions. So that's why I bless them to live long. But what about the next destination? When he went, the group of devotees, they were nicely together in a group and sincerely doing devotional service. And the person asked, why you blessed them or you prayed to them that you quarrel between themselves? And Narad Muni says, यहाँ पे सब लोग, all the devotees are staying together. If I bless them to have some kind of misunderstanding, some kind of quarrel between them, what will happen? They will go to different places. They will go around. एक इधर चला जाएगा, एक इधर चला जाएगा. Some people will go. And because they are mature, because they are sincere devotees, wherever they will go, they will perform devotional service, they will do preaching. So I want the preaching mission to be expanded. I want the devotees to go around and uh, do preaching and increase the glories of Krishna. And that's why I am blessing them to go around in different places. So that's why. So here we see, even if Dharma is standing on one leg, little bit is left. Just uh, three legs are gone, 25% is left, and that is also decreasing so far. But what do devotees do? They use that little bit and they help to establish the Dharma. The devotees try to utilize whatever is available, whatever little chance they can see, and then they help to establish and protect Dharma, so that in turn the um, happiness of this world is increased, because when dharma is protected, it's directly proportionate towards happiness of this world. Prabhupada writes, individually as well as collectively. If the individually person protects dharma, there will be an individual happiness proportionate to that. And if someone is collectively protecting dharma, there will be collective happiness in this world together. So now when this Mother Earth is responding with all different qualities, we just read in the translation, all the qualities of Lord Shri Krishna is mentioned. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, he begins with purport explaining that if someone counts the atoms of the whole world, Prabhupada writes, if someone can crush the whole world, everything in the whole world, and make it in a powder, and then count the atoms, number of atoms in this whole world, Lord's transcendental qualities are much more than that. So here when the qualities are mentioned, that doesn't mean Lord is limited to this transcendental qualities. Lord's transcendental qualities are much more than that. You know how many atoms are available? If you count the grains of the sand on the beach and all around the world. I I heard even in one strawberry, I'm just telling, one little strawberry, there are 10 raised to power of 24 septibillion, 10 raised to power of 24 million atoms are there in one strawberry. And here Prabhupada is writing, the whole world, total number of atoms, Lord's qualities, transcendental qualities are much more than that. So we can understand, no one can, even our human brain, it's just not possible to understand what are the qualities of the Lord. So Prabhupada explains some of them. Now here it is mentioned, truthfulness, cleanliness, intolerance of others, unhappiness. So many qualities are mentioned. Srila Prabhupada explains few in the purport. Truthfulness, cleanliness, we know, intolerance of others, unhappiness. Intolerance of others, unhappiness. मतलब कि कोई दुखी है, so Lord can't see. Even devotees, they can't see someone unhappy. That's coming from the Lord. It's intolerance. Person can't tolerate if someone is unhappy. Can't see this, that's kind of situation. Power to control anger. Power of, one of the qualities mentioned, power of making anything possible. If something seems to be impossible, Krishna can make it possible. So power of making anything possible. Swaraj, complete independence is there. Another thing Prabhupada explains, especially in this one, intolerance of other, unhappiness. And there is one quality which is Lord is equal to everyone. Prabhupada explains with the analogy of the sun, that just how sun is providing sunlight to everyone equally. But if someone is staying inside the house, we can't blame the sun that why sun is not providing sunlight to that person, because he is staying indoor. In the same way, Lord is equal to everyone, and Lord Krishna is giving protection to everyone. But Prabhupada writes, because of the bad association, if someone wants to stay away, if someone does not surrender to Lord Shri Krishna, then that protection Krishna is not able to provide. Because if a person is not surrendered, that means a person is not following the instructions of Lord Shri Krishna, which is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, then Krishna can't protect. But Lord is equal to everyone. Lord is ready to give protection to everyone. And Lord cannot tolerate unhappiness. Lord has promised to give protection, and Lord is always giving protection. But he to get Lord's protection, one needs to surrender to Lord Shri Krishna. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. If someone surrenders to me, aham tvam sarva pape moksha shami masucha, then do not doubt. I will protect you surely. There is no doubt about it, but one needs to surrender. And surrender means following the instructions, following what Krishna wants us to do. And then Lord will protect. So lot of different, if you have a chance, if possible, you can read all, even the qualities of some of this. Srila Prabhupada further categorize some qualities into 2 groups, 4 groups, very detailed based on the commentary of Jiva Goswami. So like intolerance of others' unhappiness, Prabhupada divides into protection of the surrendered soul and then well-wishing for all the devotees. The quality number 10 is Lord is equally kind to everyone, and that Prabhupada gives the analogy of the sun. Very long purport, 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. The 14th quality, knowledge, is categorized into 5 subheadings, which is intelligence, gratefulness, power of understanding the circumstantial environment of place, object, and time, perfect knowledge of everything, and knowledge of the self. Prabhupada writes very much in detail. Gratefulness. Lord is also having the quality of gratefulness. Gratefulness. Here Prabhupada writes, he feels benefited by the unalloyed service. See, Lord does not need anything, but he feels when a devotee is doing some seva, Krishna is feeling grateful. Krishna is feeling gratefulness if a devotee is doing something, and that's why he is very eager to reward out of that gratefulness. So yeah, we'll if you get a chance, please read all these devotees. Very nice qualities of Krishna. Prabhupada is explaining which Mother Earth is responding. We will stop at 30. We'll start from 31 tomorrow. Probably we can finish tomorrow or the last days, 1 or 2 days last, if all the devotees who are hearing with the screen off, if you want 2025 last day, you can try to join in. Just give your darshan. Please bless me by your divine appearance tomorrow, as we will have a long break after that. Thank you. I will pause here. Varinder Prabhu raised the hand first, and then Aruna Mataji raised the hand.
Prabhuji, I don't have a question, but I really like the pastime Shri Narad Muni ji you just shared, and that reminded me actually this has happened with Guru Nanak Dev ji and Mardana as well. So they visited. This is a real story as well when they were on the earth. So they went to a village and then they treated them very badly. And then they visited another village. So same thing, similar context is like they said कि ये पिंड इदा ही बसया रहे means this the same way कि this should not sort of go anywhere ये ऐसे ही बसता रहे. Or when they went to another village which they really treated and welcomed them and did attend their satsang and everything, so before they left that village, so they just said the same word कि ये गांव ये पिंड उजड़ जावे means nobody can live here. They need to be segregated and spread all over. So Mardana was very kind of bewildered ki why did you do this? And same context comes in that as well, that okay, ये बुरे लोग जाएंगे तो बुराई हर जगह फैलाएंगे, and अच्छे लोग जहाँ पे जाएंगे वो अच्छाई फैलाएंगे and भगवान का नाम फैलाएंगे. So this is also a real context which comes in Gurvani as well.
Amazing. So the lesson to be learned from this pastime is we have to go out and try to save ourselves as well as others. Not by fighting, but by cooperating.
Not by fighting. Yes.
Once we met Maharaj and I said, Maharaj, we are fired up to do some preaching. Maharaj said, it's good to be fired up, but don't create fire between yourself. Andar jagda mat karna. Good to be fired up.
Yes, Prabhuji. I really loved it. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yes. Aruna Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I create controversy in my mind and then ask the stupid questions. Sorry for that, Prabhuji.
उसका victim मैं ही बनता हूँ हर बार. Year 2025, my biggest fear is Aruna Mataji's question. But lucky, your husband is there, so he will answer.
नहीं प्रभु, वो आंसर नहीं कर पाते।
Just like Dhara and Bull, they are discussing. एक काम करो, आप लोग अंदर अंदर क्वेश्चन आंसर कर लो, हम सब सुनते हैं आराम से।
प्रभु मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि अब जैसे धरा, लाइक द काउ, द personified Dhara, she is devotee of Krishna, and that is why Krishna was merciful, and Krishna put his lotus feet on Mother Earth. So she's a devotee of Krishna. Despite being devotee of Krishna, she is in this condition where she's lamenting, she's sad, she's just remorseful. Now, by seeing condition of the devotee, of course, Krishna sent all the Pandava back कि आप लोग जाओ. इधर जो धर्मराज है, जो बुल की उसमें है फॉर्म, he is also suffering. So and because of Kali, they will suffer for that many years, like years coming. 10,000 years तो कृष्णा का नाम रहेगा भी, लॉर्ड कृष्णा का नाम उसके बाद गायब हो जाएगा. So Mother Earth will continue suffer. हम लोग तो फिर भी चले जाएंगे शायद, but she will continue suffer. So how could we understand that when we say that Lord Krishna is merciful and he cannot tolerate any unhappiness towards his devotees? So thoda sa, as I said, Prabhu, controversy in my mind and same
Very
thing.
good question. Very good question. Actually, whenever you ask, yesterday's question when you asked, that Krishna is establishing Dharma, and then it's so nice, na? Then with this, it come to our mind that establishing Dharma means establishing the platform where people can follow Dharma, and that makes sense because no one can argue कि हमारे पास ऑप्शन नहीं था. अभी भागवतम दे दिया. Even now today, all of us, सबके पास possible है to read Bhagavatam chanting, but if someone wants to do excuse तो 1000 excuse मिलेंगे. So the opportunity is there, and that's what Krishna established. So very nice question yesterday and today as well. Mataji is asking that Krishna is protecting all the devotees. Krishna is protector, he wants, and Dhara, as we see, is a nice devotee of Krishna, loves Krishna, she is sorrow because of the absence of Krishna, and she had the highest association of Krishna. But now why Krishna is not protecting Dhara? Why even Dharma is suffering, Dhara is suffering, Pandavas are suffering. So many things we see that Krishna's devotees are going through this situation. The answer is, whenever we see a situation where our logical mind doesn't work, अब लगता है कि ये कैसे possible है? How is this possible? And that means it's a will of Krishna. It's some divine plan of Krishna. And I'm saying this because in next couple of chapters only, we will see that Parikshit Maharaj, he goes out in the forest. He goes to the ashram of क्या नाम था? Shamik Rishi's ashram, and he was thirsty. He asked for a water, and he was thirsty because he was very hungry and thirsty. He got angry, and he puts the snake as a garland. We all know the pastime, and it will come that he was being cursed by Shringi. And Anshul Prabhu, correct me if I am wrong, please.
प्रभु जी करेक्ट नेम से मैं एज आई रिमेंबर दोनों.
हाँ. So Shamik Rishi के आश्रम में जाता है because he was thirsty, and then Shringi is cursing them to die in 7 days by the snake bird bite. Now, जैसे ही वो curse आता है, Parikshit Maharaj leaves everything. 7 days he is sitting. 7 days no drinking, no eating. वो आराम से बैठता है, भागवतम सुनता है. So now we see that the same person is able to quench his thirst or able to tolerate his thirst for 7 days. लेकिन यहाँ पे वो thirsty हो जाता है. And same Parikshit Maharaj, so glorious devotees. We see all his qualities even before he was born, or at the time of birth, the astrological prediction that how tolerate, how strong he will be, how great qualities of a devotee he will be. How can he become angry? And Brahmanas, if we think of our own self, हम मंदिर में जाते हैं. See, घर पे we can be casual with a family member or something. But as soon as we enter the temple or in the association of devotees, straight away, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, our attitude goes like completely different. And even with the friends or colleague, it could be different. But in front of devotees, especially senior devotees, हमारा attitude बहुत ही change हो जाता है in 1 second. So now we see Parikshit Maharaj, he was such a great devotee from this great dynasty. How in Samik Rishi's ashram, when he was especially meditating, कैसे angry हो सकता है? Again, Dandvat, in our mind, what will happen? इतना glorious devotees, he was meditating, सीधा दंडवत करेगा ना? So we see all this, our logical mind doesn't apply on all these things. The Parikshit Maharaj should have offered Dandvat pranams and quietly, without disturbing, would have gone. Parikshit Maharaj should have controlled his anger. Parikshit Maharaj was easily able to control his thirst for 7 days, but now he became thirsty. So all these different examples where our mind, we think, how is this possible? जब वो question आता है ना, that means it's the will of Lord Shri Krishna. And in this particular instance, the will of Lord Shri Krishna is there are devotees, there are people who have the desires to just go away from Krishna, or unke liye the Kali Yuga has to progress, because they just don't want Krishna in their life. And for them, out of not the punishment but the merciful nature of Krishna, Krishna has arranged that the Kali Yuga progresses. So Krishna ka naam bhi pura 10,000 saal baad Prabhupada said that after 10,000 years there will be no Hare Krishna, no Lord's name, nothing. It will be very horrible place. But people want to live in this world where there is no Lord's name. So it's Krishna's plan that all the people who want Krishna, they have been given the opportunity to chant 16 rounds, follow the regulations and go back to Godhead. अभी time है, जाओ, क्योंकि आगे Kaliyuga is going to progress, and on top of that, people will be suffering like a lot, because the Krishna is the holy name of Krishna, and Krishna is completely out of this world, and it has to happen. And फिर at the end हम सोचते हैं ना कल्कि विल कम एंड सी, अब कोई बच्चे को होता है ना, कोई बच्चे को घर पे, इफ द चाइल्ड इज देयर, वी नाइसली एक्सप्लेन, बेटा ये गलत है, ये मत करो, दिस यू शुडंट डू दिस इज बैड, अच्छे से समझाएंगे, फिर भी नहीं समझेगा, थोड़ा गुस्सा करेंगे, डोंट डू दिस, आई टोल्ड यू 100 times, व्हाई यू आर स्टिल डूइंग दिस, डोंट डू दिस, थोड़ा और गुस्सा करेंगे, मम्मी पापा बोथ विल शाउट एंड एंग्री, एंड फिर हाथ पकड़ के बोलेंगे आई टोल्ड यू डोंट डू दिस, फिर भी बच्चा नहीं मानता, फिर भी बच्चा गलत काम करता है, उसको थप्पड़ मारेंगे, फिर भी नहीं करेंगे तो उसको बांध देंगे, यू आर बाउंड इन दिस रूम. इंडिया में तो ये सब होता है. सो व्हाट डू वी सी दिस? दिस इज कृष्णाज अरेंजमेंट. अच्छे से समझाते हैं, डिवोटीज आके मिलते हैं, जैसे कम टू भक्ति वृक्षा, माला करो, चैंटिंग करो, भगवत गीता पढ़ो, अच्छे से भी समझाते हैं, फिर भी नहीं समझते. तो जैसे पेरेंट्स इंडिया में जैसे थप्पड़ लगाते हैं बच्चों को, दैट इज द कर्मा. कृष्णा का जो कर्म अरेंजमेंट है, तुमने बुरा किया तो बुरा रिएक्शन मिलेगा. इफ यू डू रॉन्ग थिंग्स देयर विल बी अ रॉन्ग रिजल्ट टू दैट, एंड दैट इज कृष्णास थप्पड़. कि भाई समझो, अभी इतना बुरा हो रहा है, तुम्हें थप्पड़ मिल रही है, सफरिंग रिएक्शंस आ रहे हैं, फिर भी तुम समझ नहीं रहे. ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट अभी फिर भी नहीं समझते, तो देन कृष्णा गिव्स देम द फुल, लो करो, ट्राई कर लो, एंड दे विल सफर लाइक एनीथिंग. एंड देन द फाइनल कल्कि विल कम, all the miscreants will be wiped out, and then फिर से सत्य युगा होगा. So this is the will of Krishna, out of his causeless mercy of the nature of Krishna. He abhi, if the devotees, they don't want to, there are people, they don't want to go to the Krishna, and that's why Kali Yuga has to progress, and this is the will of Krishna. That's why when this earth, you are saying, it has to go into that situation where people will be bereft of Krishna's name, and then they will be frustrated. Kalki avatar will come, and then they will be wiped off, and again Satya Yuga will come. So, in short, one line answer: when we can't understand things, we know that it's the will of Krishna, it's the divine plan of Krishna, which is beyond our logical mind.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
I don't know if it makes sense.
No, Prabhuji, it makes sense, but I forget about it all the time. The will of Krishna ना याद नहीं रहता प्रभु, मेरी small band.
बहुत सारे ऐसे सिचुएशंस आएंगे. देखो ना, अभी जस्ट प्रीवियस चैप्टर वी सॉ अर्जुना फाइटिंग एंड ऑल दिस ग्रेट वॉरियर्स, बट काउहर्ड मैन छोटे गांव वालों से हार गया. ग्रेट वॉरियर, ग्रेट आर्चर, दिस एंड दैट, गांव वालों से हार गया. क्या? व्हाई? because it's a will of Krishna. There is a divine plan of Krishna. Everywhere we will see like these things. Yeah. Okay, all right, dear devotees, requesting others to join tomorrow, probably last or maybe Friday last. Thank you so much. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, everyone.
Everyone.
Have a lovely day.